Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Jak X. I'm your host, Sinji. With me, Ray all day.
What's up, guys?
Back in the wasteland, Jak. This track
And
goes
for
between
some
Sparta City
reason,
and the canyon. Use any jumps to your advantage.
My
Remember,
glasses
getting
have
air
like
means
a
getting
100%
speed
fog
boost.
success rate.
Watch out for rocks
They're
and other obstacles.
constantly
You
needing
want to win
clearing.
this race? You need to keep your car clean and screaming.
Damn, you really can't use the car you've been leveling up this whole time.
Really not. I forgot a lot. Yeah. I forgot skiing. Customize this piece of crap.
That's kind of shit. It's like here, we know you spent about 50,000 to anywhere between 50 to 70,000 precursor orbs on this vehicle, but use this one now. At least it comes somewhat upgraded.
The only industry.
You know what I'm saying?
Taking a long time to call my phone. Dad.
Alright, Buster.
And
Here's what
they're
we're
on
gonna
the
do.
starting line.
We're gonna drive this, okay? And we're gonna take it home, okay?
And the light turns green.
It always trips me out. There's no like initial burst for.
They weren't going for the Mario Kart.
You start like a regular fucking racer, and then you kill people like a psycho. Cause I'm a psycho, a sicko. I'm crazy.
The crowd is going wild.
Here's some trouble.
So yes, that was painful.
Ah!
Good
You
grief!
feeling this?
Here's a missile where it counts.
Woohoo!
That was one way to put it in his face.
I promised.
Man had his whole ass facing the wrong direction
I didn't
to get
care.
that
I'm like,
kill.
dude, if I let it loose right now, get him.
This is a race, Ray, all day, not a death match.
Combat racing.
Man's going after everyone. Right.
Feeling jacked up.
Oh, dang. Which is funny because like when we first started working at like the job we shared, we hated when people like shorten your name to Ray. And you yourself shortened your name to Ray.
That hurt.
Don't get me wrong, I'm already tired of it. If I ever have a gimmick change in the future, you will know why. I'm already tired of the name. I've been tired of the name since like the third video. like, why do you call
Don't
him?
mess with the best.
I don't like being called Ray anyways. Now you have to say Ray and then the rest of it. Damn it.
I don't like when people take my name and
Ah!
I don't like when people call me Carlito, and I'm not over it or used to it. I'm just tired of telling people not to call me it.
One lap finish.
Hey, what's up, Carlito? Like, that's not my name. Isn't it the same thing? No, Carlito and Carlos are two different names. Why would there be a Spanish version of a Spanish name? And they're like, you have a good point.
Usually people are called that, but like when they are, it's
my
kind
fire.
of usually like there's a Carlos and his son name is Carlos, so you call him Carlito. It's usually how that works. That's how that's supposed to be.
Oh,
I'm a
DTV.
psycho.
That was a real pileup. No!
But yeah, guys, that's my reason.
That hurt.
That is my reason. To me, it's not the same name. And I tell people to call me Los anyway. Much preferred.
No!
Alright, talking about roaring something in 10 seconds.
Well, Los Ingobernables are much cooler than right now. I'm not about to come for my man, Tetsuya Naito.
No!
My man learns Spanish. He talks the whole Japanese and Spanish. He just lost the title. He's held it forever.
I need like
You can't hurt me.
that meant nothing.
Wrestle Kingdom's in January.
Okay. What is he, New Japan? Don't people in New Japan like hold titles for like years?
It hasn't been happening a lot lately. Like, they've had like quite a few champions in the last few years. And Tetsuya Naito was a double champion. So he lost two times.
Damn.
My track.
So which one do you want me to give up? Both of them.
I think it's because like the Bullet Club only
Booyah,
really had their
baby!
Japanese members because of like the travel issues and stuff. So they had a member of Los Ingobernables betray Tetsuya Naito, who happens to be a man by the name of Evil. It was very surprising.
Boom,
You're
baby.
approaching the finish line.
But Evil Naito, and joined the Bullet Club. They did members anyways.
Ooh, someone was looking out.
I've never seen anything like this.
Let's see if it works out.
Still,
Someone was looking out. He is not the one who took out. Who was it? Was it Shiv in second? In first? Who was in first? Someone had this
Show
man
him what he's
back.
won,
So, yo, I
Vicar.
got you, fam.
You're facing a Grand Prix qualifier, Jack. In addition to season standings, you must earn a gold medal in each qualifying race in
Okay.
order to be invited to the big Grand Prix events.
See.
Welcome back to the show. Today we have a special event where the racing rules have been changed to provide new challenges and new thrills. How do you see Jak and his band of misfit racers shaping up?
Well, G, I've seen Jack get out of some pretty tight scrapes.
Come on! Do you really think Jak's got a
Like a
chance?
hassle.
He'll soon be going up against the top pros. Nasty competition. But I'll give you the final word.
Well, GT,
Oops, sorry. say that was more than one word. In my experienced opinion, as the competition gets tougher, I think Jack's gonna pull. That's Studio Debating 101, baby. Oh yeah, you just got schooled.
Birds do not school. They flock. So flock off.
This game is awesome.
Watch my exhaust.
The cutscenes might be. If they were better quality, it might be better than the game.
And this game's fun. Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm good. I'm cool.
This game's a lot of fun.
Racing games were my thing in like the PS2 era.
This was the PS2 era.
Alright, but I don't play the PS2 no more. I play the PS4. Damn.
One for the record book.
Debatable.
Give me any other console, I'll tell you that shit's crap.
Hit the wall.
Any other console?
I just said PS2 is the greatest of all time, so yeah, any console.
Alright, why is the PS4 crap?
This is not the PS2. PS2 had better games.
One for the hero.
Of course it's debatable, and I'm debating my point. PS2 was better. PS2 games were awesome. A lot more creative. And unique. Everything's almost the same now.
Well, you can't even. You can't make a more creative point for something that far in the past because at a certain point you just.
They had less to work with back then, and they made games that were far more creative than what they make now. Same thing for the PS1 era, but PS1 games can be played on PS2, so that's another reason to love PS2.
PS1 games could also be played on PS3.
Yeah, but PS3 wasn't as innovative.
The PS3 had The Last of Us.
One game. One.
I didn't have a PS3, but PS4 has God of War.
PS2 had all the best God of War.
This God of War was really good.
It was really good. One of my favorite God of War.
Yeah, but your favorite God of War doesn't mean the best God of War.
It can be to some people.
It can be.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that still say God of War 2 is the best God of War of all time.
Let me show you how it's done.
My favorite is Black.
Is that all you've got?
I'm gonna get them all.
Ah!
PS2 didn't have no Horizon Zero Dawn. Nothing similar to it. Gravity Rush is a completely creative and original game.
Boom, baby!
We're talking. The Encyclopedia of PS4 games is probably just like a couple hundred to like damn near thousands for the PS4. And we're not even talking just American exclusive titles. We're talking international titles too. Yeah.
Okay, but not all games on PS2 were good. The PS2 had a lot of games.
Oh, but
a lot
PS2,
of them were shit.
PS2 had the nitty gritty with all like the Silent Hill stuff. The horror genre completely died after PS2 and was just revived recently, but barely.
For current generation consoles.
Yeah, but it still hasn't caught up. PS2 still has way more better horror titles than the PS4. Wrestling completely fell off after the PS2. Fighting games were at their peak on the PS2. Now they're just cash grabs. They're just all like vanilla.
Well, horror-wise, it's hard to make anything scary nowadays. Movies
No,
were better back then.
It doesn't have to be about the horror aspect of it. They were just better made games. You don't have games like Clock Tower and stuff anymore on PS4.
Outlast was a good game.
Outlast is a very good game. Storyline-wise, it's very flawed. It's very simplistic.
That's mine.
It's just run,
PT would have been a great game.
It's just run, grab 3 to something, run.
PT would have been a great game. It would have been.
But it fell into development hell.
Despite being so different, Resident Evil 7 was a good game.
I think it was good. But even the fanboys that loved Resident Evil 4
Coming through.
revolutionized the third-person shooter genre. There wouldn't even really be a Catalyst game without the PS2 for the third-person shoulder camera.
If they didn't do it, someone else would have.
Not as good.
But we don't know that. That's an unknown unknown.
Everybody stole it.
Because there's always someone willing to do something
Move your
different.
butt.
Yeah, of course. I mean, people have had a long ass time to think about stuff until the PS4 came out. And look at what coming out with games.
Good thing.
Unfinished games most of the time. Most games
But
aren't
that's
even
not
finished.
a console thing. That's a
Yes,
company
it is.
thing.
It is a console thing. They rush games out because they know they can and then patch them after they come out. You used to get full games with tons of unlockable content. And
But that's not
and you
a
didn't-
console.
and-
That's not a.
And
That's
you didn't
not.
feel like you were getting ripped off.
That's not because of the console. That's because of the companies. Companies decide. God of War didn't do that.
That's
And
a-
God of War's
yeah,
a PS4 game.
And that's a new gen thing. And God of War's been around since the PS2 era, so they know what people want to play.
No, I mean this God of War.
That's what I'm saying. They made it the way they used to make games.
Okay, but the person who made this God of War didn't make those God of Wars.
Show him what he's won,
It was
Pecker.
the same guy that made God of War 2. What are you talking about?
No, because the guy the guy who
In this event,
The
you
same
wanna
guy who made God of
collect
War
the
2,
power
not the one who
cell,
made
then
God of War
turbo
1?
to charge it up. When the cell is fully
No,
charged,
they-
Because there was an
There
interview
was-
about the guy
the cell
who
will
had
fire
who
off
knew
at
about
the
the original
opponent in front
Kratos
of you.
and like
you also get a mine in your
The
red
guy
power
who
slot to
worked
protect you from
on
players coming from behind. The
4
more power
was
cells you
on the
collect and charge
team
up,
with
the more
1,
points you'll get. You'll get more
led
points in later
into,
laps.
took a
So
back,
go
didn't
get 'em,
work
big
on
boy.
3, and then worked on 4.
that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't a game. It was a developer thing. Like a lot of people who
but it's
make
still the
games back
same-
then are.
It's still the same developer though. Like Kratos, God of War never changed hands in terms of development. They changed heads of the company, but it was always the same company. It was still Sony San Diego. Sony San Diego's been around forever.
But I'm pretty sure that that company makes other games.
Not anymore.
This is what it's all about.
You know what I mean? But like there are probably plenty of developers who made games back then or are still making games now.
And
who
that's why,
can easily
and
decide
that's why
the same
stuff's
thing.
getting remade because the stuff back then was just so good that they just remake stuff because they know they can get away with it. They're harkening back to a better time.
I think it's mainly because they don't want to be creative.
Well, that's what I was talking about. They're not as creative as they used to be.
No, but it's hard to be. How can you be creative when a lot of the ideas are already taken up?
I don't know. You could try.
It's like
You can definitely try because like you said, Gravity Rush was a unique game. That guy tried. Kojima tried his damnedest with Death Stranding. It was just a very weird game and nobody really liked it, but he tried.
that was definitely original.
Yeah, he tried.
It's in a lot. I'm sure it has its own fan base.
And the best Metal Gears were on PS2.
I can't argue that. Metal Gear 5, I can't argue that.
Metal Gear 5 was a great...
I liked it.
It was a solid engine. It was the best playing and smoothest title, but it wasn't the best Metal Gear, that's for sure. How about a long shot? As soon as they got Metal Gear 5, they were like, dude, I wish they could just remake the whole game with this engine.
The Call of Duties are better, even though I'm not too big of a fan of Call of Duties.
You can have that one. Once you rinse repeat a game enough times, you learn how to make it better. They've been milking Call of Duty for years. Still making money. I don't hate on them for that.
I'll argue the Ratchet & Clank is better so far.
Actually, a lot of people were disappointed with the remake.
I don't know why.
They said it wasn't as good as the original. They said it was too watered
Lead,
down.
follow, or get out
I
of the
can't
way.
argue that one because I never played it, so I wouldn't
This
know.
one's for you.
I don't mind. Platforming definitely died after PS2. They're trying their damnedest to bring it back now.
Or they're going a different route with gaming. Like,
Yeah, and that's
has-
not a good thing for everybody. That's just a good thing for a select few.
But there's definitely like platforming games coming out. Like Celeste was a great platforming game.
That's what I'm saying. It just started coming back because they knew that like people like this stuff. But they were like, no, we don't want to make it because it's not gonna make any money. Because that's all they care about now. It's like making money.
Then they're gonna have that weird Crash game coming out in October. It's definitely not a traditional.
Well, of course, because like they already milked traditional. They have to make it new. I'm not gonna knock that game till I try it. It's probably gonna be really good.
I won.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
Another
current
front
generation,
fender is
like
yours for the
the
taking.
PS2 is definitely the most sold console,
Yeah, for sure.
give and take. But the PS2 has a lot of time on its life.
Yeah, it lasts well, the Game Boy Color has the longest life of any console, but the PS2 is definitely
This is a
up there.
time challenge. I know you can milk a ton of speed.
Well, the Game Boy
out of your
Advance is a
ride,
handheld.
So get out
It's
there
not-
and rock
No, the
it.
Game Boy Color.
The
not Game
faster
Boy
times
Advance.
will be all that people remember.
Game Boy
There are no
the Game
points for
isn't that a
slowness.
handheld too?
Yeah, what I'm saying is it was the Game Boy Color. Not the Game Boy Advance.
Okay, the Game Boy Color was a handheld. It's not considered a console.
It's a handheld console. That's what they called it.
Well, we're talking about like PS2 shaped console, like Xbox, the Nintendo,
Xbox is cool.
Nintendo 64, which a lot of people would argue the 64 was probably the best console for a lot of Nintendo people, and I guess some other people like Brian from
It was a great console. Nintendo 64 had a lot of solid games.
Ready to roll.
yeah, but
We've got a green light.
if you take away the money grab aspect of gaming, which when you look at all the stats, I understand why they're doing it, because
I understand
because they've kept games $60 since like what 2013 now, and where the market for cable movies and things like that keep going up, games have still remained $60. So like, where are they gonna make up for that money? I guess DLC is where they make up that extra money.
Or they do the free-to-play model.
Yeah, or unless you're playing the last Final Fantasy game that came out that wasn't a remake. That's a monthly subscription play.
Now that we're talking pay to win, a lot of the best sports titles.
I don't know about that.
Sports titles died.
No, because like
The 2K
as bad as the sports nowadays are with like cash grabs, you have some of the best physics, some of the best graphics.
Maybe best graphics. I don't know about best physics. Best physics for a baseball game ever was MVP Baseball 2005. Now it's PS2 era. Best football physics was probably the 2K 3 to 5 era and NCAA football on PS2.
Okay, but when's the last time you played like a recent sports game that wasn't MLB?
I know they're all awful. NBA 2K plays like crap to me.
Especially 2K doesn't play like crap. It's just it has a lot of unfair moments, but it's not.
Yeah, it's unbalanced. Why would I want to play an unbalanced game? And,
But the actual physics for it.
And NBA Live, absolutely terrible. Yeah, the physics are
NBA
cool.
Live is.
The physics are great, but that doesn't overall make the gameplay experience better. That just means that the ball bounce is better. Cool. That's been good for a long time. They didn't need to fix that.
Then I don't play Madden enough to argue Madden, but
Those games have been stripped down in life. That's another thing. You have like far less features in games now than you did back in the day. There's not enough going on. You know, the games are just really bare bones. And then if they do put a lot of stuff in games, it's just stuff that they want you to buy.
well, that's what I'm saying. Most companies are just like cash grabbing now because they.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, the reason being is because like the cost for making these games are going up, but the cost of the games are not going up. And as much as it's annoying as a gamer to like pay $60 and like pay an additional $20, $30 for the ranking, it's kind of a good way to make up for the money you're not getting without saying, hey, here's $100 bucks.
It's all sales anyways. Like games that don't have DLC make a decent amount of money. They just have to sell well enough. They're afraid that their games aren't gonna sell, and that's their fault. If they're afraid their games aren't gonna sell, that's on them. Like you shouldn't be making a game just based off of damn. Like how can we like squeeze every nickel out of a person? You're like you should be making a game based on how much fun can I make this game, how good to make this game, rather than how much money I'm gonna squeeze out of them. Like, I got so.
Yeah, you missed it by like a few seconds.
Daddy, I want to race. They need me out there. I can
No, we
win
don't.
it all.
Oh no, not this again. Kira, you're not racing. It's much too dangerous.
But Daddy, I can do it. I can race better than any of those guys. You know I can.
Yes, I mean no, you can't. Well, I mean, yes you can, but that's not the point. I won't have it. A woman's place is in the garage fixing cars.
Whoa!
Protect me forever. Someday I'll show you.
Not today you won't. No racing. That's final. I can't risk losing my little girl.
I'm not your little girl anymore. You'll see.
Hey, you okay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
She's gonna
I'm
do the
fine.
Racer X
I'm
thing.
always fine. Look, you boys have what it takes to win out there.
Thanks, baby.
I meant the car. It's a beaut. Free-floating V chassis, 326 super headers, channel lock universal weapons cage. Very nice. But to keep competitive, you'll have to modify your ride as often as possible. Maybe if you ask nicely, I'll install stuff.
Deal.
That's asking nice?
What? I mean, it would be...
Nicer?
Will you do it already?
I'm a little rusty with the wrench, but I'll see to it your vehicle's in tip-top shape, make repairs after races, and make sure yours is the best purring vehicle on the circuit. And Jack, we'll talk of nice later.
That's an interesting look, Kira.
He's kind of scared.
Another race through the bush. The jungle here can get tight, so watch your lines. Don't forget to use a weapon when you have it. If you hesitate, you'll miss...
Listen.
Alright, cutscene over. Resume.
And the light turns green.
Plus, current generation consoles have the best multiplayer experiences. That's
subjective.
That's an undeniable fact.
Absolutely, but that's subjective too. Like, some people don't give a flying hoot about that. Me being one of them, so I'm not going to be swayed by that. Not that I'm trying to be convinced. Like, I can have my opinion, you can have yours. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I can give two titties about multiplayer. Plus, if you ask some people what their favorite multiplayer game is like of all time, they'll say like GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. So
No, that's fine. Their favorite multiplayer game, but like current generation consoles have the best multiplayer experience.
well, yeah, because the internet wasn't a thing.
Well, it was for PS2. If you were.
Yeah, rich. I had that modem connector thing, whatever the heck it was. I think Xbox were the first ones that really like made that big deal with the online gaming thing.
But that's another like. It's so hard to be original that like most of the concepts are done. That like Mario's first original idea in I don't know how many years was a hat.
Well, because Mario's been around and had like almost like freaking 100 releases already. So of course he's gonna go stale, just like every other platformer was. Mario has the credit of lasting longer than everybody else. It's like most platformers just go stale. It's like you're doing the same thing over and over. But I mean, he stayed alive.
Oh, yes.
Of course he's getting stale. He's been around forever. That's why he's like in ice skating rink and at the local popsicle stand. Like he's got to do something.
Got him now.
But I don't know. I never liked that whole it's hard being original thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a completely original concept, but like you have to add something to it. Like, you don't get paid all this money to just recycle ideas, man. It's like people that make movies. It's like it's either you're gonna make something good or like don't give me the same thing I've already seen.
They are pushing.
No, yeah, but like it's gonna be different. But at the end of the day, every game is gonna feel like a different game now.
Well, because they recycle a lot of the mechanics from other games. That's not a good thing. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that everybody's like, well, upgrade trees are like standard now, so we have to have it. Or like, this branching stuff's getting pretty cool. We have to have that in every game. Every game has to be at least semi-open world because people like that stuff. Grand Theft Auto's been killing that for years. Like, no, like, how about you just make your own thing?
And even though San Andreas is arguably one of the best games GTA's ever had, GTA 5 is also, from what I hear, has an amazing story, has an amazing, okay, maybe not amazing online experience because people are douches online, but
Well,
has a pretty good online drive.
I mean, it's released on like 3 different consoles at this point, so it's doing something right. And the story's okay.
What a
I like
challenge.
Grand Theft Auto 4's story better. I'm not into that stuff.
What story?
Into the online Grand Theft Auto stuff. Like, yeah, I must
It
spend
doesn't get
10,000
any better than
online
this.
a pink car.
Another failure.
Like, why can't I just like unlock it and just use it? Why do I have to play like 9 hours online, dedicate all my time to just unlocking like a pallet or something? It's kind of weird.
This is a tough
They,
track.
they expect you to
A
this
wise
online
man
model. They
once
expect
said,
you to play so
"If
many
one
hours
waits
of
to
the
see
same
every
game like,
target
all
before
the
they
time,
fire, then
and
it's
constantly
already
put
too
out new
late.
stuff that you have to
Remember
keep
your
playing the
instincts,
game
Jack.
for. It's like, why would I dedicate all my time to all that online stuff?
It's a clean start.
Mortal Kombat games were better in the PS2.
Woo! Hell yeah, they were. Oh my god, do I hate Mortal Kombat 11's online model unlockable packs. I like playing fighting games, so I'll still play it. Dude. Oh, man, terrible.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is debatably the best Dragon Ball Z game that's come out for console. I've played.
Well, it's not a fighting game to me. It's just like different from all the other Dragon Ball games. It's kind of hard to compare it to other stuff.
Wait, why doesn't it seem like a fighting game?
It's like this open world RPG style game. It has fighting, sure, but it's not like you're just going from fight to fight. You're doing different stuff. Different concepts.
Well, it's not. It's pretty similar to like the Tenkaichi games.
But it's still a role-playing game.
Yeah, but like so was the Tenkaichi games. You were playing a role of Goku. And like you would fly from this part of the city, this part of the city, talk to this person, fight here, fight there.
But Tenkaichi was garbage anyway. I don't know Tenkaichi. I like Budokai.
Well, Budokai 3 did what was like the last one that came out, and it pretty much had the same thing. Budokai 3, like you flew around, and
Yeah, but you were unlocking stuff in Budokai 3. It wasn't like you were like getting like upgrade material to like put stuff together and do all this grid stuff and do like all this other stuff. All you were trying to do was get the Dragon Ball so you can get Shenron and fight Grid. That's pretty much what you were doing.
but you also still had to like upgrade Goku in Budokai 3. Like you had to pick which skills to use, blah blah
I
blah.
don't know.
No, yeah, like because like before New Game Plus was a thing, and I don't know if you remember this, but in Budokai 3, if you floated around back and forth and you found Broly, because like Broly was a completely missable fight,
Yeah, I remember that.
and if you fought Broly during a playthrough, right after you fought Kid Buu in a nearby island,
The Super Saiyan 4.
you found Super Saiyan 4, and then you can go through the whole story as Super Saiyan 4. But
That's another thing. They don't hide stuff in games anymore. They used to be like really secret things that like, you just couldn't find unless somebody else found it and they put it on the rank. Yo, look at this super secret stuff.
well, you found a couple of the. Well, you could have found a couple of the Easter eggs in The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, but those are like really. I'm talking about like completely like secret stuff. Like back in the day when they had like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, you could unlock like Spider-Man and all that junk.
Yeah,
That was
you
crazy.
won.
Why am I just suck at this game now? And I missed it by 1 point.
We're in a deep conversation.
Well, we're in a conversation. I don't know how deep it is. Talking about video games. I mean, I guess it's a video game channel, so it's deep for a video game channel.
This man stay underlining all my conversations.
Well,
all
I
my
mean,
topics.
I get. Well, I'm not saying that if it matters more to you, then great. But like, it doesn't really
Highlights
matter.
and Mondo
I thought it was a
my
deep
show has ever
conversation.
seen. We all
Well, because you
love
care
it.
about video games.
Love
more
it,
than I do.
but you won't. Get out there and make the people happy.
Like people probably get triggered that I said the whole PS2 thing, but I don't really care. I just like the PS2 the most. I had the most amount of fun playing PS2 titles, so I tend to think the PS2 is the greatest console of all time. We could get somebody in here right now to tell us that we're all stupid and that PC's been the best console since like forever.
PC is not a console though.
Some people consider it. I don't
ready
consider
to see some
I
real
don't
action?
consider PC a console. I consider it a freaking
I consider-
computer that runs games.
I consider it. It's like we play stickball and they play golf.
Like, PC is definitely the better thing to play games on.
That's what I'm
if
saying.
you have
like,
something updated.
Yeah, we play stickball. They play golf.
Yeah.
They can afford the fancy stuff to play their sport, but we can't.
Well, by no means
We'll
is
see
PC
some
the
real
console.
scrambled eggs out there.
Well, consoles are trying to keep up with PC, so doing something. Definitely doing something.
One last finish.
Keeping up.
Yeah, consoles are never gonna have the type of
Oh, the cow
freedom
loves
that a PC owner has.
Well, they have. They're thinking about. They were talking about like putting like upgradable assets into like consoles for the next gen. So I mean, we're fine.
It'll be a thing in the future.
Another
Maybe
lap
not in the near
done.
future, but it'll be a thing. Pretty soon we're gonna get to a point where like it doesn't matter what you have because you can only get so much better with graphics and running to like technology, like I think what PC gamers don't understand is at some point
Another lap down.
you're gonna plateau. Is that the right word? Yeah, it's gonna plateau. The consoles are gonna catch up, and it's not gonna matter what you play on because it's all gonna play that good because that good is the best you can play because that's as much as the human eye can notice. The only place you can go to,
My ride's getting peppered.
the only other direction you can go to and improve on that'll take an X amount of years is VR gaming.
Well,
That still has a long way to go.
They'll always have the frame rate advantage, but even though like consoles are running at 120,
Another lap down. Looking good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, eventually consoles will
It's a
catch up to
marginal.
the frame rate.
It's a marginal advantage at some in certain intervals, and that's eventually what's going to be. Like PC's just going to have like these little advantages.
Tight.
It won't be like.
Here's a little present for you.
Like you said, it's not gonna really matter. For some people, it'll matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at some point.
If you want that piece of grass to be like that less blurry.
But I don't think that's gonna be a thing forever. Like I think eventually consoles will catch up to the frame rate, to the graphics,
Well,
to everything.
but like the thing is that
in our generation, maybe not.
it'll always get to the point where they're gonna push the console to the absolute limit, and then there'll be
Something
some way
about
a
this
guy
whole
can
setup
like
doesn't
PC
seem
mod
right.
it to like
We're
go a
missing
little bit
something
more, but-
important.
But at least we're winning races.
But
That's
at that
good.
point, it's just
Good.
numbers. People
Listen,
aren't gonna
Rain
really
Baby,
notice
we've been
because like
chased.
once you
Oh,
get
but
to a point.
they'll point it out. They'll be like, yo, I can't see the difference. It's performing.
How
better."
could it get any worse?
Like, once you get to a point where like
It's worse.
That show pony,
you can't take advantage of a frame rate because it's that good. Or like even if you have a frame rate that's better than a console, but like you guys are still reacting the same, it doesn't matter.
Dude, that was so loud.
Well, like I said, it's a marginal thing. Like, it totally matters in Resident Evil speedrunning.
time to
That's
teach
the
you
damn
short puppies a lesson. I'll see you on the
people with
track,
the 500
nippers.
frame per second knives.
But that's what I'm saying. In a future console, that wouldn't matter because like, let's say PC gets to a point where like they do 1,000 frames per second, and consoles only at 800, but the human eye only sees or can react to up to 700.
Yeah, that's a mechanical thing. It wasn't like a cosmetic. Like that literally just has to do with Resident Evil mechanics. It just
This wasteland
does
ain't gonna
by
waste
frame
you.
rate. Oh, this dude weighs 350 pounds. Jesus. Alright.
This is a hunt, Jack. The object of this event is to take out
I
as
know.
many nasty creatures as you can. The
Whoa!
Yeah, yeah. Remember these things?
They look a little different, whatever the hell they are.
They've grown. They all
Move
grew up.
over.
They flock around a little too.
At least, oh well, 6 got the pattern. 6 got the pattern.
Damn it, Sig!
No, that wasn't 6. looks like there's 2 new people in this thing.
Yeah, Cleaver's in it. No, just Cleaver.
Oh, UR hasn't participated in this yet.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Also, you're a little behind to be rubbing it in on that guy. Maybe you have to just run into them. There's no way Sig got 3 in a row like that. They couldn't have been together.
Missiles! Jump, stupid car! Why am I using this car? I just realized. Man, I was distracted. Man, I shouldn't be using this car. I should be using my faster car.
I got your back,
You guys
Jack.
suck. Hey. They run pretty fast. If I had my other car, I could probably catch up. This thing's really slow.
Hold on, Jack.
Oh, wait. And dude told you hold on. Because he wanted to take it. That's
Hold
fucked up.
there!
This car sucks.
He said, hold on, Jack.
Got him.
I was gonna say, that gate ate that missile.
Got him.
Say goodnight, buddy.
Stop it!
These guys are.
He's going into this field. That guy's in front of him.
Damn it! PS2
Oh, yep, running over works.
Yeah, I ran one over earlier. It's just they're too fast. Way too fast.
You got a minute to go. Caught up with UR 86.
Sick to stop killing you, son.
You weren't so slow.
Wait, please!
She got confused.
Stop running away, please. Oh, I need this!
Sagan UR.
Oh,
We're taking fire.
apparently Edge or Shiv.
I love these sports.
This sucker has like 10 now.
Since when?
That's what I'm saying!
Damn.
Alright, guys, we're returning to menu and changing cars.
Damn.
We're getting this win. I'm frustrated now. Was it this one? This one?
That's called Battlefield? I think so.
This is a hunt, Jack. The object of this event is to take out as many nasty creatures
Look,
as you
I was
can.
using
The
fire
racer with the
bolt.
highest kills at the end
What the hell
wins.
is this thing?
Go get him.
I need my street grinder.
Oh, but Street Grinder is not even that much quicker.
Yes, it is. That top speed, baby. And that armor. Hell yeah.
The Street Grinder is at level 5. The other thing was like level 4.
Let me tell you something about level 5.
I think Turbo is what you really want to do.
How much better than that? Don't get on my car. Bloom, bloom.
Need my last car.
I showed some of that today. Not today. the other day.
Look at me flip.
I don't know what prompted me to remember that whole thing. But I was like, dude, I don't know why. It's like the dumbest thing ever. Hey!
Little things like that do bring you.
I love the sympathy. Complex things don't make me laugh anymore. I'm sorry. Like, they're funny,
Thank you,
but like they don't make me laugh. There's like a difference. Like, I find it entertaining. I'm like, wow, that was really clever. I appreciate.
There's one behind you.
I appreciate how clever the joke was. Get out of my way.
Get some!
No! Ashlyn! You were mine!
Ashlyn's the only one who hasn't caught one. That's why she blew you up.
It's funny because like the other day, it was literally just something I was laughing about. I was laughing about fast animals, slow children. And that can always make me laugh. I just laugh thinking about it. Oh no, I got a honey all over my face. Oh no, it's so cheesy.
I think I said this in a video, but I'm not the type of person to find.
No, I think we talked about it off camera.
I'm not the type of person who can find joy out of the same thing that many times.
Well, I can't.
It'll wear off quick.
No, I can't watch it back to back to back to back. Then yeah, I'll get really good at laughing at it.
But not even like after a while. I'm just like.
I'm sorry. Ah!
Nice jump. It was like when I got up in a hot air balloon one time. Like it was cool on the way up, but then once we like stopped going up, like alright, I'm over it. Well, even skydiving will only be like once you do it like maybe once or twice. All right.
Well, if I feel like if I did it a bunch of times in a row, then I'd be like, alright, I'm done doing it. But I think like every once in a while, I just feel like.
I think I'd be like it's like the roller coaster when we went to Six Flags twice. So like we literally got on these rides and like.
Yeah, in the same day, I'd be like, alright, I've already got the adrenaline rush. I think I might be going there next week.
I think the most entertaining thing that the most entertaining thing about Six Flags the second time around we went around was Cyborg because it literally seemed like it was gonna fall. And Wonder Woman because it was new and the guy that sat next to us was scared shitless.
I was actually telling because it's Randy's one.
Move over, buddy.
Alright. So like I was telling him that story because he's like scared of Wonder Woman or something. It's a really fun ride. He's like, does it spin really fast? It's like, I mean, it
doesn't spin.
Doesn't really spin, but like, you'll feel like you're spinning once you're up there. Like, it definitely pivots. But
It spins.
Very slowly.
It spins you around, but just because like I think it's trying to give everyone a fair shot to see that drop.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't spin rapidly. It's not like, oh my god, I'm so busy.
We win.
Yeah.
But you definitely, in Wonder Woman, you definitely go past. Like you, instead of looking straight down, you can definitely see behind you at some point.
Let's hear it from
So many flip-flops for Lost. So many.
Show him what he's won, Pecker.
But I like it. I just like the novelty just going.
This is another frag fest, so keep your wheels rolling and your guns blazing. Don't let the cheap cherry.
But yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I'm over most things the first time around.
Yeah, I always get scared of that. I get scared of like, yo, what if I'm not gonna like this anymore? That's why I stopped playing certain video games. I was like, I don't want to get burned out on this and not like it.
Well, to some degree, like a game's gonna run its course. Unless it's like really fun, like, it runs its course. If you don't have a lot of fun with the game, then there's no wow factor to keep playing it. There's no
Oh, his eggs got
Like
cracked on that one.
if the game itself doesn't amaze you, like, the story is only gonna surprise you the first time around.
I don't know what amazed me. I just play Crash Racing.
And you have fun with it. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think it's amazing. I think it could be improved. I think we should definitely tweak the game. But if I played it too much, I don't know, dude, I got this down. It's like, I don't know.
He's a little present.
So I try not to do anything way too much. That, like, I don't know how these summer people where we live do it. Go into the beach every single day. I probably would never want to go every day. Every single day.
Well, some people feel more at home in the water.
I know. I get that. Their little water therapy, whatever they call it. But, me, there's only but so much sunburn I can take. I love the water. I love swimming. But I couldn't do it every day. Burn out. But I don't want to do it no more.
I'm getting angry now.
Certain things I'll never get tired of. Unless it sucks. I never got tired of watching wrestling. I sure as heck got tired of watching WWE. Definitely got tired of watching TNA. They had something good for a while.
It had life.
It could have been so good.
It had
And
life
then-
at some point.
And then they had to bring Hogan in. And now you can barely even tell what channel it's on anymore. Guys, can you like
My plan.
They should just partner with like different companies.
They did. They did. They had a partnership with like New Japan and like 01 or something like that. Actually, no, it was 01. And they had like Bound for Glory in Japan. It was like a big hustle job, and like he got hustled by the Japanese company. And then
I'm gonna jack
Ring of Honor had like a partnership with New Japan, but like Ring of Honor sucked. And New Japan was so much better. So like, when they had joint shows, like sure there was good people in the Ring of Honor roster, but like people were there to see the Ring of Honor guys. They weren't there to see, I mean the New Japan guys. They weren't there to see Ring of Honor dudes. They didn't care. So it didn't work out. And New Japan was like, why are we working on it? You guys suck. And they made like their own. They like made their own US shows and started expanding before the whole COVID thing. And guess what? They didn't need Ring of Honor. And Ring of Honor is tanking now. AEW will probably never work with New Japan. It sucks. They should. Now that New Japan's starting to expand into the US. Now we talk about a little bit of everything here. We talk about amusement parks, wrestling.
You and the offsider care for a little bush bash? Over the city and
Bush
through the
bash?
jungle, so to speak.
You know, I was having a good day until you showed up.
We're always up for a little action.
Good. A little warm-up for the big event, eh? Who knows? Maybe we can run over a few greenies while we're at it.
After you.
You'll always be after me.
Who's paying you, Cleaver? You don't do anything for free.
I don't like those little slick eyes after you said that.
Show him what he's won,
Anything for free. That little "you're always after me" was a good comeback though. That was it. I was ready to give him so much props for that one. I was like, that was good. That was really good.
Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.